Yeah. You ready?
Oh, yeah.
Let's get it. I'm telling you why. You can see in their eyes, them boys ain't playing, they ready to ride. Shaking the tunnel, just screaming and yell. If you ain't ready, you get eaten alive. Taking the field with loads of passion. Swagging out with the flyest fashions. Cameras out and they steady flashing. Captains out, we about to get it cracking. Full of crashing in between those lines. You boys, we about to ride. We're a band of brothers and we stick together like an army mission when it's wartime. We stacking them W's, pay attention. Opponents coming with apprehension. We stay on top of our division. Went from BCS buses to playoff contenders. We on the rise up. Now the boys mad. We had to tighten them boys up. We here for the crown. Utes. We on the rise up. Now the boys mad. We had to tighten them boys up. We here for the crown.
All right. Yep.
Oh, Utes. This is the Utah Football Fans Podcast. We are Utah football fans, right?
Plus one.
Plus one.
Plus one. Plus our special guest, Greg Bird, is back with us.
He flew up from Arizona just to be at this podcast.
Thanks for coming back with us.
Who cares about the game? It's about the podcast.
I know.
Yeah,
Well,
that's what
I
I've been
know.
saying for years.
That's the only reason you're here. And I do have a question. Are you comfortable?
Huh?
It's
What?
warm.
The reason I ask that is because last time you were here, some of our fans, our fans that left us all really good reviews, one of their things was, oh, that football player looks so uncomfortable to be there with them. So
Really?
Are you comfortable?
I am. I'm just
Oh,
not
good.
as seasoned on
He's
podcasts.
very
Were those really some of the comments?
Yeah. Like that.
He's a hostage.
I am new to this.
They were
we
zoobies, by
made
the way.
him come.
Oh, yeah.
We all got trashed by the
Well,
Zoobs.
yeah,
So
but-
Who's got
who
nothing on me?
cares?
Well, that's funny because he wasn't even on the episode that we got shredded
No,
on.
it was they went back.
Yeah, they went back.
Okay,
to
that's
that.
amazing.
So you should feel good about it. You got
Hey,
trashed too.
Can I say?
He's used to it.
54-10.
Yeah, were you on that team?
That was my last year.
There you
Thank
go. See?
Beautiful, baby.
Anyways,
Anywho,
little
we don't talk about
sidetrack,
them.
Sorry.
All right. Bryn.
I'm Bryn, here with Gary and James and our special guest, Greg Bird. Like, subscribe, follow, you know the drill. And we had a game yesterday. We're recording
coming
Sunday
at you
night.
horsed from the bunker.
I know all of our voices. If we
I'm
sound
actually
a
better.
little-
I'm actually better than I thought I was going to be. About the third quarter last night, I was fried.
Struggling.
Yeah, but I'm better now than I thought I'd be.
That was such a fun game.
Yeah, what's your general impression of the game? Impression, feeling?
That was the funnest game. That's top 5 funnest games I've ever been to. I think there was a lot of things
Yeah.
that built into it, the importance of the game, the emotion of the game, but it was really the first, it's hard to explain it. It's been 3 years since we've had a game like that. I know we've had 2 other home games, but for some reason the other 2 home games kind of were weird. They didn't have the same emotion, but this game, the night atmosphere, the importance of it, the way the game transpired, it was an amazing game.
And
It
the stadium
awesome.
was full.
Stadium was full.
Before the game, even talked to the
Yeah.
former players on the field, everything that when I was down there, they're like, there's a lot of people here, man.
Yeah,
Yeah,
people
kickoff.
showed up.
I feel like it was so much fun, but as I look back on the whole day of yesterday, it was like a roller coaster because, and I'll say why.
Forever.
In the morning, I think we probably all watched on game day the special that they did, the little segment they did on Aaron and Ty, and so
If you haven't watched it, by the way, it's all over social media. Go to
Yeah.
our Twitter or Facebook.
Instagram.
It's Instagram. It's
It's
on
great.
every-
It's
but
like
it's incredible.
7 minutes. I mean, I was just bawling.
Yeah.
So it's like, start with that, and then the tailgate atmosphere was fun, and you're getting hyped, and then the first half happened, and it's a little frustrating, and then third quarter, and okay, it's starting to build, and then again honoring Ty and Aaron, which is so amazing, but again, very emotional. I mean, I was crying like I do every time, and I probably will every time.
Every time.
And then to bring it back up in the fourth quarter, it was all over the place, but overall, that was so much fun.
Yeah, it was great. I had a great time. A lot of the same things that you said. It wasn't looking good there for a while. First half, I was worried, but then as it played out, it was fun. Fun atmosphere. Yeah, that's cool stuff.
It wasn't even that. I mean, for me, it wasn't even that I was worried, but it's like, man, we're so close on so many plays in the first half. Towards the end of the second quarter, we're driving. I'm like, sweet, we're gonna tie it up, or we're gonna score. We're getting the ball back at halftime, and then we throw the interception. I'm like, dude, so close. Things are so close to clicking, and then.
Let's break it down like that. So what are your thoughts about the first half? We'll go first half, second half, because they were obviously different.
Very different halves.
Yeah.
First half, I don't feel like we were able to run the ball
No.
at all.
I agree.
Like, we were getting hit 1 yard downfield behind the line of scrimmage, and they're getting 1, maybe 2 yards. We weren't breaking it out nearly like we did in the second half.
Yeah, it just wasn't clicking. I don't feel like the interceptions, they were strange. You know, I don't know if that's really on Cam or I don't know.
Fotheringham, that interception, he basically fell over.
He fell down.
Yeah.
He fell down, and then
Love him.
And then Keithy, he was sort of
Every
fading
time.
away a little bit on the throw.
Yeah.
And so fading back, and then whoever
The
guy
defensive
was,
player made a great
defensive player
play.
came at it, so he came in
Oh, yeah,
front
he-
of it.
yeah.
He made a good play.
I feel like Keithy stopped a little bit. If he was still going forward, then the ASU
Right.
guy wouldn't be able to get around him like he did.
Block him out a
Yeah.
bit, but
Yeah, we were just out of sync just a little bit. It just felt like we were just off on some plays, but it wasn't like we were getting, really, really beat. But even on the defensive side, I mean, we gave up 21 points in the first half. It wasn't ideal.
They were running on us too.
And they were running the ball. That's what was really surprising, is their success of running the ball in the first half.
Yeah, I mean, when it was 21-7 going into halftime, I didn't feel great because that's a deficit to try. And the way we were playing, we just
Yeah.
couldn't get anything going. So, yeah, I think definitely into halftime I was feeling discouraged.
I geeked out again because I watched the game again today.
Yeah. As you do. I mean,
Yeah,
I
just
did
to
too.
get
Did you really?
television thing.
No, I did
But
too.
I just wanted to see there were some plays I wanted to see again. Had some questions on, and then you see obviously it's different, but we weren't like with Rising and the receivers. Wasn't a big gap from success and the failure we were having.
No, it wasn't.
It was just the throw was just a little bit too far in
Yeah,
front.
he did
We
overthrow
we
a
were
couple times.
doing some good things, but we just weren't tight.
Well,
just
and-
wasn't
yeah.
executing
Exactly. Tight's the right
perfectly.
word.
And because if a few of those hit, it would have been a different first half. So we were just a little bit away. I always felt if we could tighten that up and execute better, then we'd have a chance. But of course, you never know if that's going to happen. So that was my impression. But I'm with you, Bryn. When you're 21-7 and you can't run the ball,
Yeah.
it was looking sort of bleak. You always hoped.
But
They
that
would turn
first
around.
drive,
But-
we got the ball, and I think everyone had that feeling of, okay, this drive was huge in the second half, because if you get it and you score, all of a sudden it's just a one-possession game. But I'm curious, you were able to go into the locker room at halftime.
was.
So give us kind of a behind-the-scenes look of what was the
You're jumping
atmosphere
ahead. Let me
like?
talk about the first half.
Oh, okay. Oh,
Do it.
Now,
okay.
Dare you?
Sorry.
I talked about it a little bit.
He talked about it,
Obviously,
didn't
the run game was slow. A lot of missed assignments by the offensive line.
Makes sense.
Don't want to name names.
Don't.
That's fine. You
To
don't
be
have
happy-
Nice.
man, it happens.
I was on the sideline with Isaac Asiata, and I mean, he knows everything. He's pointing out, oh, look at that. And then once I started focusing and looking, I'm like, oh man, that's why our run game wasn't there, because
Okay.
missed assignments, getting hit in the backfield. Rising
that's-
was getting more pressure.
That's
because
the stuff you don't
That's
know.
where it comes from, the experts. We're not the experts.
And
here.
everyone
We don't
knows
know.
that by now. We're just the idiots.
And so that could have been with the run game and the pass game having a little more pressure because there were missed assignments.
Okay.
And so that's where I saw the first half
Okay.
getting
Cool.
that, because of all the different pressure, missed assignments.
That's weird. Coach behind me wasn't telling me that.
Couldn't hear Coach anyway because of the big loud mouth.
Oh my gosh. We'll get into that.
Okay, now you can go to the second half.
Okay, now halftime.
No, halftime.
Okay,
What did they
halftime.
say in halftime?
What, give us how was the vibe? What was the feel? What was it like in the locker room?
It was, I mean, everybody was fine. Little frustration on coach's side based on obviously the missed assignments. The ASU getting their run game going in the first half.
Yeah, they did.
They just destroyed us on that. So on the defensive side, it was the D-line, linebackers, fill your gaps.
Okay.
Fill your assignment. Stick to your assignment. We'll be good. They're running on us. That's all they're really doing. They had some pass plays, but they were running on us. So shut the run down. Fill your gaps. Get your assignments. And then when I was getting ready to come out to the field, then you just hear Coach Harding just,
Explode.
yeah.
Did he?
So he's just going off on the O-line, basically saying, pick it up. F-bomb here and there.
I can imagine. I
Just
can
saying
imagine.
that, you know, just
No.
just I mean,
Emphasis.
saying,
Rightfully so.
emphasis saying, let's go pick it up. It's on you. We got to pick it up because we're missing our assignments as well. You know, defense missing gaps, offense missing assignments, and then
And they did, man. The second half, the run game picked up.
How do you feel about the tunnel walkout
Yeah.
compared to
me,
what it was?
I heard you.
I loved the whole walkout.
You had the
I
bouncy
recorded
house.
the entire thing and was just jacked out of my mind.
That's sweet.
Yeah.
I wish there was more smoke. Like you see smoke back kind of in the tunnel area, but like where they're out getting ready to go, there's nothing. So I wish that was more smoke.
Like out on the field.
Yeah, like as soon as they come out of the tunnel area, right before the
I just love
field goal.
I love watching Kyle just walking.
just
It's just like
just
such a
walk
bad
out.
A. I mean, it's just
The
like,
general.
He is.
general.
And going back from when I was here last, I'm just glad he got a haircut.
Hey, you know what
Him and
though?
everybody else.
I think it was the haircut. If you notice, the haircut has turned everything around.
Even
And
his
the fun-
daughter said
And
that.
the funny thing is, his daughter said that. And I texted her. I was like, I said that to my husband this morning that I think it was the haircut.
Yeah.
It must have been.
I liked the flow, Kyle.
Hey,
Y'all liked
the
it,
haircut
too.
has done something.
Aged him.
So, second half.
Yeah. Okay. We
How
had
you
the
feeling?
ball, 4 drives, 4 touchdowns.
Yeah.
I mean, think about that. We only had the ball 4 times, though, the entire second half.
Oh my gosh.
And we scored a touchdown on every
Now,
single
fortunately,
drive.
and they took time. And Arizona State, it seems that their drives took time. So it was one of those games going down the field, time was ticking off. But still, though, we only had the ball 4 times the whole second half. But fortunately, we scored a touchdown on every one of them, which is an amazing
That's
thing.
crazy to think about. I missed the first one because I was standing in line, as many of you Utah fans were, because the concourses are horrible. I was standing in line for 20 minutes and never moved. The
Yeah.
line never moved, so I left and came back in. So I missed the first drive.
What were you trying to buy?
I was trying to buy hot chocolate. Dang it, it was
Sneaking
cold.
in.
Well, I hadn't at that point.
Shouldn't have been cold. Well, I guess start of the second half.
Cold?
It started
It was
around as
cooling
much.
down.
I was
prepared.
chilled. I wanted some hot chocolate, so I got in line. It never moved. I missed the whole touchdown, so then I got out of line because they were starting to shut down lines.
Says you didn't get to jump around.
There's a problem.
Assignment. We didn't score.
We jumped.
First off, I get it.
Okay, but here it is, though. The O-line did come out, and they took over,
They took
man,
over.
as far as,
Absolutely.
well, both
Our run
the
game,
O and
yeah.
D. But the offensive line, man, we'd run the ball, and we could throw the ball because of it.
Well,
It was
and
totally different. But the execution, that was the thing is, where the execution and, of course, the other problems, it wasn't there in the first half. Man, we were hitting some plays. I mean,
So-
pinpoint stuff.
yeah, the run game, Thomas, man, he's coming into his own. Obviously, he had some fumble issues the first couple games, but that dude is an absolute beast. I love watching him play, but I saw the stat that in the second half, Cam Rising went 13 of 15 for 140 yards and 2 touchdowns.
Well, rewatching it today,
Pretty efficient.
I really only watched the second half, I'll admit.
Okay.
When
well,
I
that was the
when
fun
I
half.
rewatched it
Important
today,
part.
but it was like in the middle of the fourth quarter where they said that it was his first incompletion of the second half wasn't until like the fourth quarter. And that makes sense. You just said he was 13 of 15
Mm-hmm.
in the second half. That's insane.
That is crazy. No, it was fun, and then the
was-
defense. The defense stepped up, finally getting some pressure, and really stopped their run game. So it was awesome. I saw a stat. They actually showed it during the game, but on Twitter as well. For ASU's first 5 games combined, they gave up 26 points in the second half combined of all those games. And then yesterday we scored 28 on them in the second half.
That's
So-
a great half of football.
It was a
we
great
dominated,
half
let's
of
face
football.
it.
That was insane. The atmosphere was insane. Going
Place was
here's a
hopping.
question. I say, what did you think about the music this time?
I knew this was going to come
I
up.
paid attention to it more since I was there.
I thought it was. Here's my thought. I mean, there was a few songs I didn't like. I thought it was better, particularly Enter Sandman.
that was
The
sick.
timing of it was perfect. See,
Perfect.
so music, when you play music, it's about the timing of it as well. So it's
Oh,
the
that-
song and the timing, and it just matched up perfectly. The only gripe I will always have is you got to turn it up a
it up.
little louder.
That's me and James were talking about that. It just needs to be louder. Mm-hmm. But I thought it was better. There's probably
It was way
4
better.
songs that didn't need to be there.
Here's my expert analysis because
Here we go.
I'm the expert.
Absolutely.
I did think it was better. However, I still feel like we're just missing the mark a little bit, and I think the music they played yesterday would have been great if we had been winning by 20 the whole game. I think on a game where we had been down and then this like second half comeback, build it, hype it. I mean, Enter Sandman was great.
That one came in.
But here's an example. Fourth quarter, there's a minute left. We have to stop them. And there's 2 timeouts, and in both the timeouts, the band played. I love the band. I love college bands. I think that's what makes college atmosphere, but they don't hype anybody.
It's timing.
It's the timing. So don't let the band play at that time. They needed to play something hype because I'll be honest, I felt like the crowd was dead in that last minute when it needed to be really exciting and loud and we got to stop them and we need to give them a false start. We need all this. The crowd was dead, and I think it's because they were just letting the band play, and the band's not hype. I'm sorry, they're just not. So I'm glad they didn't play Sweet Caroline.
No, but they-
Mark Harlan,
Ooga
you
Chugga,
must
whatever
be
that
listening. The
fucking
Ooga
song.
They
Chugga
played
is
Bon
gone.
Jovi, and that was pretty bad.
And a couple times after we had scored a touchdown, they played. It's just like it's downer music. It's not exciting. So I think it was better, but I think play to the game. If we're winning by 30 the whole game,
Then play Sweet Caroline.
then
I
play
don't
those.
care.
Those are great. But when we have just come back by 28,
Keep it going.
hype it up. Get the crowd, and the crowd was into it. So keep it going.
Overall, it was an improvement.
But it
I don't
was
wanna
an
be. I don't want to be all down. It was a
No.
improvement, but I'm with you, Gary. If they had done the exact same stuff, but double the volume, it would have been. Especially Enter Sandman. I could barely hear it. Turn it up.
Just that it'd be louder.
That's it. That's
People
all.
were singing.
Yeah,
Especially
everybody was singing.
it
That was
so cool.
Yeah, it was
Especially
cool.
the beginning of the game, like when they're coming out of the tunnel.
And they played the
and-
whole song, which was
Turn it up.
or most of the song, which was great.
Which was great.
And people were into it. That to me was one of the highlight moments
Of the game.
Of the game because we were just we were dominating. We had taken the lead, I believe.
Yeah, we were in the lead at that point.
We took the lead, and then they played that. It was just this snowball effect,
Yeah.
and I thought it was great. Just put it on 10. At those moments, put it on 10. That's
12.
it.
Yeah, it might be at a 6. It needs to be at least a 10.
Let's go.
Every song, but let me read.
And
Here's
they played K. Scott, but
Yeah, they did.
before
Yeah.
before the game.
But it was before. But it was still. It was like 8
Cool,
minutes
though.
before. So it was still the
But, like,
stadium was
play
full.
that during the game.
But even that, like,
Yeah,
play
play
it during the game
man.
and turn it up.
Yeah. Just do some more hype. I just want hype. Give me hype.
So here's some stats. These are the game stats. First downs, Utah had 29, and ASU had 22.
ASU.
So for total yards in the game, 385 for ASU and 455 for Utah. That's impressive. We threw for 247. They threw for 237. We rushed for 208. And they rushed for 148. See, okay, and here's the penalties. ASU had
Good
13 for 115. We had 5 for 45. I think our last, and that's the thing is with ASU. We even made the comment our last podcast that ASU is undisciplined.
Oh, so undisciplined.
And it's a benefit to the opponent, and it was a benefit to us. That hurt them, I think, particularly in the first half because we weren't quite hitting and executing, and
Yeah, but
some of their penalties.
in the fourth quarter, though, they had a
so
couple
many penalties.
huge completions, and they got
I
called
think they
back
had
on holding.
6 or 7 holding calls throughout the game.
I mean, that's just
They're the highest
Insane.
penalized team in the nation.
and
That's
it's killing them. It's hurting them. It
Yeah.
helped us. So
Yeah.
I mean, we knew that was going to come into play. Now we lost the turnover margin, but whatever. You know, we got was it a fumble? We got a fumble.
Yeah, it was 2-1. We had 2
2 to
picks.
1.
and
But
got
the
one
penalty. The penalty situation,
And
definitely
that's not
on
even
edge.
completely accurate, the 115 yards, because half of them were, half the distance instead of the full 15 yards. So it's not, I mean,
Right.
they probably
It's the kind of
really had
penalty and win.
150 yards
Yeah.
in penalties.
So can we talk about Covey?
Yes, I love it.
I
What do you think about it?
hate that penalty. I hate it. If the guy flexes his muscles. Big freaking deal.
Okay.
There's two.
Taunting.
There's two.
It was
there-
taunting.
Do you believe in any
5'7",
taunting?
or whatever he is. Come on.
Should
Give it
players
to
be
him.
able to taunt?
Okay.
I think so. I think it's
Right
a
in the
dumb
dude,
penalty.
in the dude's face. He got right in the guy's face and flexed.
And looked
If
down.
Bryn,
Let him do it.
Bryn, if the tables were turned and it was their receiver and he flexes on a live, you'd be losing your mind that he needs to be kicked out of college football forever. Okay?
How do you know? I wouldn't
Because-
say that.
Now,
If he got up and flexed to the crowd,
if he had flexed to his team or to the stands and they threw a
would look
flag,
stupid. He
they
can't
threw
be
a
flexing
flag
anything
on
in
that,
front of those guys.
that would have been dumb. Yeah, it's true. But I will say, Covey apologized for it. He apologized on Twitter.
Okay.
Don't apologize, man. It was awesome.
the
I
best
loved
part.
it.
So when after the game,
No.
Coach Witt speaking, and then he gives up. They gave the game ball to Ty and Aaron, and then Covey gets up and I apologize, and literally everybody's like, "Shut up!" Even Coach Witt's like, "Who cares?"
It's who cares
Well,
because we
'cause we
scored the next
scored.
play.
Well, yeah, but it's like, dude's 5'8", 150 pounds, whatever he is, and he had 3 guys trying to take him down. So it was like,
Well, and
obviously it would have changed if we didn't win the game, and Coach Witt would have been pissed, but.
Right.
In
The
the
timing
moment,
of
it was hilarious because it's
Well,
like,
and did
Coach
you
was like,
hear?
forget about it.
Did you hear Witt's punishment
Yes.
for Covey that he won't let him take his Rogaine for the week?
Is that what he said?
He said, "Yeah."
That's what Witt
even
said.
said. He said
Classic, man.
when he got the penalty, I thought he had taken his helmet off to show the guy that his Rogaine was working. That's what Whittingham said.
I don't know.
Okay, so
I
what,
thought it was
okay, so what did it bother you that he did it?
No, I love that
Anybody?
he did it.
No.
I love that he did it. The dude is tiny. How big is he?
Yeah, that's what
I gotta find it. He's
tough.
he's small guy. He's 5'8", 170. So he's my size. Gets
Small.
small.
Puny.
Is able to drive 2 dudes back an extra 3 yards. Gets up and flexes on the guy. I freaking love it. Show some
Yeah,
emotion.
He said that's why he did it. He said people underestimate him and they think that it's just going to be so easy to take him down. And so then he got ahead of himself and
love
he
it.
did it. I didn't mind
sometimes
it.
in the game before, they literally picked him up.
Yeah, they literally
Yeah, he
threw
got-
him one
like
play.
a rag doll.
Yeah, one guy, man, plowed him down. So
But he had a great game. Covey played great.
There won't be any punishment.
No.
Well, his Rogaine. He doesn't get his
Rogaine.
Rogaine.
I did hear that when Thomas, when he was doing all his fumbles, that Coach Witt made him carry a football to class, to everything.
course.
I've heard Witt doing that before.
They
Not
usually in
surprised.
practice, they have sleeves that they put over the ball so it's slippier.
Jeez.
And so you have to, you do that, and everybody's literally trying to hit it out. And if it gets hit out, you have to run, you have to do whatever. So it's
you
kinda
can
funny to
tell
do
that he's bringing that baby tight.
Oh yeah,
He is so fun to watch when he gets
is
moving.
massive.
He's massive.
He makes he's the difference. I mean, he didn't play much in the first half, as I recall.
He didn't. I don't
But he
feel
played
like
a lot more in the second half. I like, though, where he plays and then you bring in Pledger, the smaller, quicker back. And Bernard, I mean, he's typically great out of the backfield and receiving and stuff like that. I like the balance of it, but to me, is that Thomas
he's a beast.
is the guy.
Yeah.
I'm not saying I like Pledger. I like the mix of it, but when you need the guy to bruise the other team running, Thomas
Yeah,
can
he was
do it,
getting
man.
through in the second half for sure.
Yeah.
But he's just I mean, I didn't realize how big he was until I was out there. He's like 6'2", 220.
Let's find out.
Hey, James, James was telling me he read, was it Twitter? Tell me that. Tell us this.
Okay, I'll keep talking. I'm gonna pull up his story that he put on Instagram. It's crazy.
Oh, on Instagram.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll read it to you here. Let me pull it up.
Yeah, I agree with you, Gary. I like the mix that we have going on with our running backs right now. I love watching Thomas. I love that he just plows through everybody, but then you bring in Pledger, and I mean,
But he
Pledger
gets to
scored our
move.
touchdown,
Yeah.
and he.
And Pledger's shifty compared
I'm
to
so glad
bruising.
that he.
Right.
Well, I'm so glad he got up from his.
That was the
sort
play of the game, though,
failed
man.
attempt at hurtling somebody. He landed on his head.
When he
That was
jumped, that was
hilarious.
so cool.
I know, but he
then
landed
he
right on
scored.
his head,
It
and then he
looked
scored.
more like a high kick and then fall.
Yeah.
Like,
So I'm glad he got up from that. And then when you throw Bernard in there too, I think we have a good mix of the three of them
different
right
styles.
Mm-hmm.
now. Yeah.
But yeah, Thomas is 6'2", 221.
Okay, so I'm gonna read. Yeah, big dude. I'm gonna read this. So he's a transfer. If you didn't know, he put this on his Instagram this
Oh,
today,
I did see this.
and it reads, "It's crazy how just a few months ago I was sleeping in my car watching college football on my cell phone, wishing I could get another shot to play this game again. I was in a dark stage of my life and didn't know my next move. But I pray and pray and pray, and now I've been blessed to play the game I truly love. Don't give up on your goals and dreams, even when you don't see the light at the moment. Dude was sleeping in his car.
It's great,
I
man.
had
It's a
no
cool
idea.
story.
That's crazy.
I had no idea. And now he's the number one back on our team that's going places. Like, good for him for, like you said, I didn't know how to do it, but I just know I wanted to do it, and he's making it happen. So, bravo, man.
You know what, though? To me, you can tell his happiness and excitement in the way he plays and runs.
Yeah.
He's enthusiastic about it. And there's times he gets taken down, and you can tell he's just aggravated that
He let
he
the guy
feels like
tackle
he
him.
could take it to the house every time. I don't know. I love watching him play, but I like all of our backs. I like the enthusiasm of Pledger as well, man. He made some.
Even on the sideline, he's pumped for the other
Is he?
running backs. When they come off, dude, he's the first one running out there.
Yeah,
hitting
see,
them, dude,
That
it's
makes
awesome.
a huge difference. That's the Cam Rising effect.
Yeah.
That's how Cam Rising was. And that's leadership, right? That's what you need.
Yeah.
So how would you rate Cam Rising this game in total? Overall.
Oh, overall.
8 out of 10. I mean, he killed it in the second half. He had the few mistakes in the first half, which there's always going to be
There's
mistakes.
mistakes.
But
Yeah, give him a B+.
okay.
Would you not?
Sorry, we're
Man.
doing sorry, I did 8 out of 10.
Did he not
B+.
know that
No,
don't-
man, I give.
We don't do the
bad.
number system here.
Overall,
It's the
dude,
alphabetical
I give
system
him
here.
A
A
minus.
minus, okay,
I'm
so-
A minus with you, man.
That's where I am too.
I thought he played great. He just missed a couple of balls that were like it's the touchdown pass to Howard. Just little things in the first half.
A minus.
The second
Making A
half,
plus.
the second half, an A all day. I mean, it was unbelievable.
our
And it was
receiving.
cool to see on Twitter, Golden Wetman, former kicker at Utah, he posted a video of, I believe it was him, Rising coming off after, I think it was after a touchdown, after something like that, just going up and, giving love to all the offensive linemen,
That's-
doing all that stuff. That's a leader.
He's a
That's
leader.
what you need.
He's a leader.
I
And
love
I don't,
it.
I mean, going back to Brewer, unfortunately, but it's like, I don't feel like I saw that, felt that. I don't feel like he had any passion when he came off or just whatever it was, but Rising is
Did you see?
true leader.
I don't know if we talked about this last podcast. After the USC game, there's a picture of Rising standing on the field by himself. Did you see that?
I think he was talking to his mom.
He was FaceTiming his mom, who wasn't at the game. It's just a cool moment. I just love his energy and passion for the game.
Well,
I
I
love
said
the
it last
flow
week.
coming out of the back of his helmet.
I feel like he's smiling. You can see the big smile on his face all the time.
D'Artagnan.
And
It's just,
It's
I
only
love it.
his third start.
it's
I mean,
so,
full
that's
game,
so
and he got
insane.
hurt. So it's fourth start, but it's his third start, isn't
Well,
it?
and he had some great runs yesterday.
Oh,
too.
that saved us a lot.
Yes,
His use of his legs, but I love that that's not his go-to.
his
Oh,
thick
he's-
legs.
Always
Thick
looking
boy.
down, always looking downfield, but he
he'll-
saved us a lot.
There were a couple of runs that he gained extra yards when there was nothing to be had. He scored a touchdown on
Yeah,
a
his
run.
first touchdown.
Yeah.
And so, I think that's a great play, but it's not his go-to, and that's what I love to see out of him.
Can we talk about Vele's catch?
Absolutely. Let's talk about
Why
it.
not?
Have you rewatched that?
It was filthy.
Oh my god!
But did you? There's a video that's out that Covey's reaction to it was like, "That's just Vele."
Oh, okay.
That's just Vele.
That's just whatever.
That was probably
his
the-
one-handed catch.
That was the best catch I've seen a Utah receiver make. And
Seriously.
Stayed with it.
I don't even know how long. Holy cow! You're gonna be up till midnight tonight.
I don't know, man. We had
He's
some.
having a Gary
Cocktail.
Axsmith cocktail.
Look at that baby.
I
No,
don't do-
that- no,
I don't
no,
do 8
no,
hours,
no.
I do 12.
This is not the right
I'm
ratio.
It's a disclaimer here. That's not the right chemical balance. That's not the chemistry. He's going the opposite direction.
You're supposed to listen to the mixologist. He knows it perfectly.
All he had was a can. It's
Yeah, that's
his
all we
fault.
had
I'll
here.
blame him. I
Dang.
didn't stop
Plus,
on the way here.
plus, I'm pretty sure Gary does the 8.4 ounce, not the 12 ounce.
I can smell
does.
that.
I can too.
Red Bull.
It's waking me up.
I
It's like
need
when you
it.
smell coffee.
I was up till
Getting
3.
a contact high.
I was up till 3 after the
Watching
game.
highlights.
Watching highlights. Thanks, ESPN. Put us on very last, right as you shut off.
Yeah, well, that's
I
how
saw
it
it.
goes.
Yeah.
I will be honest. Are you going to talk about receivers more?
No, go for it.
Part of the reason I rewatched it today is because I just wanted to see Devin Lloyd on the very last sack of the game.
Yeah, it was
and see,
sweet.
last week I said I wanted to see Devin Lloyd and Daniels line up with each other. And it's exactly, we got to see it. And all he had to do was grab his jersey and he just pulled him to the ground.
See that?
Oh, I love it. Devin Lloyd appreciation post right here.
It's on our Instagram. He's just standing over
Well, all he did
Daniel's
was-
lifeless body.
He just grabbed his jersey
Yeah.
and held on, but he took him down.
You know, Daniels is a slippery dude,
Daniels
though.
is
Yes.
good.
He is good. He's slippery. One guy can rarely bring him down because you get a hand on him and he's able to kind of wiggle out of it. But fortunately, we had enough pressure that it was the second, third guy took him down.
At that point, it was we're all. I mean, they had to throw, so everyone was just coming at him. But I don't know. I think he's watching him progress year to year. He's a lot better because before he used to just want to run all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He doesn't do that as much now. He plays within the system, and he is hard to take down. I was impressed by him, though. He's. I bet he's what 6'3". So he's tall,
He is.
but slight.
He's 6'3" or 6'4". I saw him and Lloyd after the game. They were talking, and they're very similar
He's
size.
just not bulky.
I don't know. According to the guy behind me, he's a third grader.
What
You know,
year is he?
Sophomore.
I'm pulling him up right
wondering.
now. I was impressed
he
with him,
was
and I was
talking-
impressed by his toughness, too.
Yeah.
Well,
He was
yeah,
talking
I
to
mean,
Lloyd after the game, though, and I was trying to get close, kind of see what they're saying. I swear he was saying, like, I'll see you after the season, like they're both going to be leaving to the NFL.
So he's 6'3", 185. So he's as tall.
He seems thicker than that.
He's taller than Thomas, but he weighs almost as much as Covey. So that's
Yeah,
kind of
he's-
comparable.
Yeah, he's thinner. There's
He's
no
thinner.
doubt, but he's not. Yeah,
And he's a junior.
He's a tall guy.
He's a junior,
Oh,
but
he's
he's
a junior.
a COVID junior. So that senior, that weird
Maybe
thing.
that's
So
what
he
I
it
think
could.
he's leaving.
But I don't know if he's not NFL
not ready to go to the
quality.
NFL.
He's not an NFL quality quarterback.
I mean, the beating he took on that last drive in the fourth quarter, that last minute, I mean, we took him down over and over
Almost
and
every
over again.
time.
I mean,
If
the
not
fact that
getting
he
hit.
got up after that,
Did you see him in the press?
he didn't even have things up his nose.
Yeah, so you know how hockey players, when they like break their nose, they shove those cotton swabs up. He had those up his nose trying to do an interview.
So what happened?
I don't
Do
know,
we
but I love it.
I saw he was holding his nose at
know.
the end of the game. Maybe that was when Lloyd took him down, but
So okay, Valey had a great game. Of course, Keith had a great game. I thought our tight ends overall.
What about Keithy's catch?
Which catch?
The one he lost. Justin Taplin Ross tap. If anybody remembers him, safety.
Yeah.
He was saying
I think I have
he
some gloves
watched,
from him still.
when he jumped up into the
Yeah,
mess,
I actually still have.
remember that.
I have those.
But he was saying he watched the show on ESPN or whatever. It's Mossed, and they do all the
Yeah.
catches, and he was on there. That catch. Was
Really?
on
Oh,
there.
good.
Yeah. I think he was on the sideline or something like that.
Oh, like early on in the game. I know exactly what you're talking about. Down the sideline, he went
Yeah.
up and over the guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
That was
yes.
a great catch. Yeah, we had some
Yes.
really good
Catches.
and I don't know in the second half there were. I mean, it looks basic, but I think it was Keithy. I'm not sure. I think it was one of our tight ends. It was kind of a down and out toward the sideline, rising through it, and the guy had good coverage on him, but it was just out in front.
Oh, it was
Oh,
Keithy.
snagged it. Yeah,
It was
snagged
Keithy,
it.
and he caught it out like this, kind of off away from you. That wouldn't be that's a tough catch.
Yeah.
But the
yeah.
throw was perfect.
Our tight
Stuff
ends,
like that.
obviously, they get a ton of love for their receiving, which they should. But if you watch these guys block, Keithy and Fotheringham both had key blocks on touchdown plays. The one Thomas scored early on in the third quarter, he didn't get touched because if you watch, Keithy just runs a dude over, and then probably 3 plays later, he's catching the ball. Like, it's incredible what those guys are doing. They don't get enough love for their blocking.
Isaac Asiata on the sideline pointed the exact same thing at how great they are at blocking.
See, Isaac and myself,
You're
we
like an expert, just
I'm an
like
expert.
Isaac.
Great minds think
great
alike.
minds.
Right.
Yeah, right.
Well,
It was fun.
as far as the standings go,
Looking good.
so the Utes are 3-0 in the conference. ASU is 3-1. UCLA is 3-1 now.
Yeah,
Did-
'cause
Yeah,
they
won. They beat Washington.
USC. Did they play this?
I don't think they played yesterday.
I don't think they played yesterday. Colorado, Arizona, whatever. The point is that these head-to-head games are so huge.
This was
This
a
is
big one.
massive.
This game was
it gives us
huge.
actually a game advantage.
Yeah, it does.
And because I think you have to be honest, at least to myself, I'm saying Utah is not going to – we're going to lose one or two. I think we're going to lose a couple.
I think we can at least one more.
What do you think?
Yeah, honestly, if I'm being truthful, I think at least one more loss.
At least one. I hope I'm wrong. We could win them all.
I don't know.
but
I'm looking at it, and it's like the toughest games left: Oregon and UCLA, both at home. Yeah, we both at home. But
No.
But you just never
you just
know
never
with
know.
any. I mean, we have Oregon State this Saturday. Like
it's true.
you never know. So I think it's very realistic to think that we'll lose it. At least one more. Hopefully, it's just one.
But to your point, we have the advantage on the team that is probably going to give us the most run.
But UCLA.
I'm not a believer in UCLA. Still,
Hey,
I
we're
know.
tied with them.
I know.
No,
They're going to lose to
They have
Colorado or
one.
something weird.
they have one conference loss.
That's true. But
This was huge for us because I feel like either team who won was going to win the South. Now we have tiebreakers over USC. USC I think is out.
They're out.
anyways, 'cause they have
but
2
it's
losses.
there.
But now we have the
Yeah.
tiebreaker over ASU.
It's huge, and ASU is going to get beat again too. That's
Yes.
the point. Everyone's going to get beat again.
UCLA or USC is going to beat somebody, and they're going to help us out. I just have that feeling.
When do USC and UCLA play?
End of the year, last game of the
They're
year.
always the
There's
rivalry
rival
game. Yeah, because I mean, everybody knows the Pac-12 is insane, and
ourselves.
you just never know.
We kill ourselves.
I mean, freak. Oregon almost lost to Cal.
Did you watch that, by the way?
No, I can't stand seeing that. Oregon,
Pull your together.
no kidding.
You gotta be quicker on the button.
Yeah, we needed the beep button, the censor button.
What are you going to say?
I was gonna say, Oregon, get your. It's too early together.
They're a bunch of
They
No,
are.
I don't care.
I love how he's still mouthing it.
I know. When I was watching,
It's
it made
about
sense.
timing.
I'm fine if Oregon loses to us or ASU or like a good team, but if you're almost going to lose to Cal,
We lost to Stanford. Who knows if they're any good? I don't even know.
Oregon sucks. You suck.
Let's talk. See, Oregon State. I think that the idea is, it's Oregon State. We're going to go up and blow them out. Well,
No.
They're actually decent.
they're a good. They're 4-2, 2-1 in conference. Of course, they're in the North. But for instance, Utah is a couple point
we're
favor.
We're favored, and we're favored on ESPN has us favored to win the game too.
But so let's see, points per game. Utah 31.5, Oregon State 34. Pretty close. Points allowed. So defense 20. We allow almost 23. They allow 23. Okay. Total yards of offense. Utah's 401, and Oregon State 441, almost 442. Utah passing is 226. They're 200. Rushing, we're 175, 242. I'll just stop there and tell me what you think. See, that's the thing is they are predominantly a running team. That's their strength, and they can throw, but they run. And
that's our strength.
That's our strength. If our D-line and linebackers come and can stop that, we've got the...
Yeah, their quarterback's good, but he's not great. He's good. I mean, he's got over 1,000 yards and 9 touchdowns already, so he's good. But the key is stop the run. But these teams are statistically very evenly
It's
matched.
like, I know, I'm just looking at this, and even the two quarterbacks, their stats are so similar.
Yeah,
We're
we are-
so similar on every single stat.
And
That's
see,
crazy.
Here's the teams that they've played. And
Washington.
so they lost to Washington State,
That's a shocker.
but they beat Washington.
Eh.
Hey, Washington's still decent.
No, they're not.
Good grief, dude.
Washington's not good.
So they beat Washington. They beat USC. Of course, Idaho's nothing.
Hawaii's nothing.
And Hawaii's nothing.
I mean,
But,
Lost to Purdue.
I mean,
They
we
lost to
we
Purdue.
played some nothing teams and lost.
That's true. That's a
Okay.
very, very valid
So what I'm
point.
saying
Cougars
is
beat Iowa.
Oregon State is not the Oregon State of a couple of years ago.
No.
This is a danger game for
Well, and
of all the
they're-
emotion of the games that we've had recently and
Yeah.
and Aaron Lowe's situation.
Yeah.
Oh, they finally got USC, and then this huge game with Arizona State, all that meant, and now we're going to Oregon State. It's a tough one. It could be a tough one, but
Well, they're coming off a bye week.
Too.
They did not play yesterday, so
Well, and it's easy
I
to
always
get up.
feel like that can be a benefit or a detriment.
Yeah.
It kind of plays both ways, but that's what it is. They're
It's
coming
easy
off bye week.
to get up for USC. It's easy to get up for ASU. It's easy to get up for Oregon. Those teams. Going to Oregon State, who traditionally, like you said, not a great team, but this year's different.
they're becoming better.
Yeah, it does. It makes me nervous.
Whittingham won't let Whittingham though, and his
I think
philosophy.
at
He
this
won't
team-
let them overlook Oregon State.
I don't think it's that. I think everything that's transpired with Aaron, with Ty,
Yeah.
since that, they're a different team.
Yes.
Different feeling in practice, different feeling in the locker room. I don't think it's slowing down, honestly.
I hope
That's
so.
good because I feel like it could have gone, and it still could go either way, where it either takes the energy down. I mean, at some point, is it going to hit them all, or they're just riding the wave, and it's that energy, it's that team. You can tell this team loves each other so much.
Lloyd was talking about that in the press conference afterwards. They were talking about that, and they're like, we had 2 extra guys on the field with us. Like,
Yeah.
they're all about it. They said it's brought them closer together. They're the brotherhood, family.
That's great.
It's
'cause
completely different because it. I mean, you've seen it.
Yeah,
I mean,
you can
since
see
it's
it.
happened, they've been a different team. Obviously, yeah, when Cam was there, it helped. But since Aaron's passed, like, they're different. And then Oregon State, I don't think they've seen a defense like ours. Nobody.
I don't think so.
Not
No,
many
no.
people see a defense like ours throughout the season. I mean, we're continuously in the top 10 in the nation, usually top 5 for run defense. I don't know where we're at right now. Probably not there because of the first few games,
Yeah.
but that's who we are. That's what we're known for. So I don't think they've seen that. And if they're running and being able to do that, then, I mean, our corners are pretty dang good.
Yeah, I feel like what we're seeing now on the field, I don't feel like they're flukes. I feel like that's who
I
who
expected
Utah
to see
is,
all
the way
year.
they're
Yeah.
the way they're playing. It's not a surprise to me. It doesn't feel like, oh, this game we just got it together. No, I feel like this is what it should have been. It just
Yeah.
took.
I think that's what everybody thought it was. That's what we thought Brewer was going to bring to it. 'Cause
Right.
I'm like, okay, opening
Yeah.
the pass game, opening this, we're going to be like all the dudes we had. I'm like, this is going to be a good season. Then it didn't happen. We're like, that was weird.
Yeah.
But now it's like, okay, this is the team I thought they were.
Can I give my Kyle Whittingham appreciation love right now?
Absolutely.
Just the fact that he is still leading this team through what they're going through, and he's dealing with his own grief and how heavy that must be. But
Yeah,
he's
he's
still
talked about it.
Yeah, but he's leading them through it. And like you said, you can just see it in them, in the way they're playing, in the way they're celebrating each other, and the way they're conducting themselves. And Kyle Whittingham is a professional. He was excited on the field last night,
Not into a freakish way.
shake hands
Professional.
like a head coach should act. And then in the locker room, he went crazy. And you don't see that often from Whittingham.
You don't. You
Not
do
that level.
That
Nope.
emotion, and I think maybe it just
He'll yell
it
and
kind
scream,
of-
but not what he was doing yesterday.
No,
That was
I
fun.
think it kind of came to a head, and it's that emotion that he's been feeling, and it all came out in the locker room, and it's amazing, and I love seeing it all over social. But on the field, he was professional.
Hey,
Don't-
what,
don't
what,
say
what,
it.
don't.
Just don't.
What
say
was
it.
So let's refresh everyone's memories. Of course, you weren't here, Bird, but what was your scores for this game? How did it play? How did it
don't
play out with
remember.
ASU?
Mine, I posted this on.
Yeah,
You guys
yeah.
asked, I said 24-17.
Okay.
Utah.
I can't remember mine now.
What do you mean?
I think I was 34-28. So
I was
I was 35-24.
so I got one of the teams right.
I'm closer than you every week.
That's Gary's
no,
go-to.
actually, I think I was 31-28.
I don't know. I don't remember. I have to look it
You
up.
don't know.
I didn't get it right. However,
All I know is
However-
all you guys said
however-
is going to be a close game.
No, I was 11, but go James, talk.
however, if you watched on YouTube, you should go back and watch. We had special guest, honorary must for lifer, Marcus.
The Marcus.
The Marcus. If you don't know about the Marcus, learn about him.
To know him is to love him.
To know him is to love him. Anyway, we had him on. Quick segment, the Marcus Minute. We're going to keep doing it. He nailed it.
He got it
Hey,
exactly
Marcus,
right.
what's the score? And he goes, 35-21. Boom.
Exactly.
What you have to understand is Marcus has autism as well. But
Yes.
he's a super fan.
Oh,
and he's
next
into
level super fan.
Well, he's a freaking prophet because
But-
he got it exactly.
He's the prophet Marcus, and
It's
he
not the first
nailed
one
it.
he's nailed.
No, it's not.
it's
There's
true.
been times where we'll be like,
For
"Who
start of
you
the
cheering-
year.
Who you cheering for this year in the NHL?" And he'll be like, Boston. 9 months later, they're hoisting the cup. It's the weirdest thing.
He's got a gift.
And then the next season, he's like, Capitals, and does it again. It's so funny.
He nailed it. 35.
But he got it. No one
21.
else. I went back and looked at the posts of everybody to see
Yep.
if I could see anybody that got 35-21. And I
Nobody
couldn't
else.
see anybody except the prophet Marcus got it.
Wow.
So anyway. What do you,
Cheers to Marcus.
Yeah, shout out to
hallelujah,
Marcus.
Marcus. Okay. What about this game?
The Beavers.
What do you think? What the score is going to be on this, you think?
31-17 Utes.
Bird.
31-24.
You can't take my same score number.
I'm
I
going.
can take whatever I want.
That's right.
I'm going 42-34.
Oh, high scoring game.
Well, I'm basing it off of.
She's cheating off these
statistics.
Statistic.
Well, that's kind of what I was going off of, but minus our defense stopping them. So
All right,
That's true.
Gary.
I think it's going to be 38-31
4.
for the Utes.
Well,
Look, here's.
You gotta ask.
I think this is going to be closer than we want it to be. I mean, we're at their place.
I don't even remember what I just said. What did I say?
Well,
I don't
it's
remember.
recorded,
Okay,
so we
it's-
can look it up. But I'm 38-31.
I agree. I think it's going to
Touchdown.
be close. I still have the Utes winning by 2 touchdowns, but I think it's like one of those games where it's really close.
Is it really close, or is it 14 points?
And then at the end, Utah scores similar to this game,
Jeez.
where it's close game. Utah scores a late touchdown.
well, I think they're going to win by 3, but they might win by 21.
No, you know what? Screw it. I'm saying what I'm saying, and then when I come back on next week and I'm exactly right,
You're covering all the bases.
you're not Marcus.
You're not going to be right. Marcus will be right.
Yeah, we got to get.
We'll see if he can go 2 for 2.
screw all you guys.
Hey, do you like?
No, I'm not answering any more questions.
Here's the question. Changing gears.
We don't need you.
Changing gears. Do you like night games or afternoon games? I hate the morning, so we're not even throwing that in.
Night.
Don't even talk about the morning.
Okay, Bird goes night games. Why? Why would
I think the atmosphere is better.
James? What do you think?
Oh, night game. It's not even close. I literally was sitting there last night.
Yeah.
And the players are walking out, and there's the smoke and the fireworks, and it's nighttime. The stadium's packed because no one has any excuses. There's just something different about a night game.
Are you saying like between the 8 p.m. and what, like a 2 p.m.?
Let's say 2 p.m.
Well, yeah, 1
Yeah.
1
then
to 6 or then
Well,
6
I would
up.
choose a 6. I think 6 is the best one. But if I have to choose between like 8 and 2, I'm going 8 because the atmosphere is way
The
better.
only benefit is like the 2 o'clock kick is I get home and I can still watch the Pac-12 After Dark game. That's
Well, you
the
can watch some other football.
only benefit.
Yeah, and key down, and you're not going to bed at 3 o'clock in the morning.
I know I was
Watching highlights.
lying in
That's
bed.
the truth, because it's truth. I want to see the highlights.
Well, you do that, then Sunday it's just NFL, so you don't get to see anything.
Yeah.
It's true. No, night games. Night games, they just hit different.
We'll have to do a poll on that one. I like the night games preferably, but if games are like at 5 or 6, I kind of get the best of
I'm
both
fine
worlds.
with that. Yeah. I think that's the primo one. And our game against
Well, you're covering both bases
For
over
us,
there, huh?
for fans, it's the best. I think nighttime players, it sucks.
the players
I
don't
bet
like
that
it.
Literally
is,
is the longest day. You wake up, you do the team walk,
Yeah.
do breakfast, you do some meetings, and then you're in your room for 6 hours.
That
And then you just watching football. You can go watch film, you can do whatever, and then it's more meetings or pregame meal,
what? So
and then
8 o'clock kick. What time are you actually going to the stadium?
6.
Oh my gosh,
Yeah, that's a long
That's
day.
a long
to
day.
just sit
You usually
around
get there
and
about
wait.
2 hours early.
Yeah, you're the second. I talked to another former player on Tuesday. He said the exact same thing.
Well, Whittingham has said that. Whittingham would play at 11 a.m. every week.
Whittingham said he would play at 7 a.m. That'd be his ideal time.
Yeah, no way.
The Oregon
he
State
not
game is
sleep?
at 5:30 Mountain Time.
On
Pac-12 Network.
that means I have to go to your house.
What did you just say?
5:30 p.m. Saturday, Pac-12 Network. So yeah, you have to come. Both of you have to come to my house.
Hey, I don't have Pac-12, but I got another Utah fan that I know
James will just
he gave me all of his login for his TV.
James
so
will
I just throw it on my
FaceTime you in,
phone
so
and-
you can be a part of the party.
No, I throw it on my phone and shoot it to my TV. I'm good.
Yeah, but you're in Arizona, so I can't just hang out with you and watch the game.
You're lost.
That's true.
Well, okay. Let's go to the Jackass Award of the week. The Jackassery.
The Jackass.
Still mad that changed. People out there, you know what I'm talking about.
I know it's
Getting soft.
we have
Flaccid.
the pressures of society
the pressures. Yes.
came down, but anyway,
It's all right.
so the Jackass Award, we could give it to a previous winner who
difference of a
dances on the
jackass and a
sideline,
pickward?
but
Move
we
along,
won't.
Greg.
James, you got it.
Yeah, I've got it. So if you were at the stadium yesterday, they did a couple of really cool things to honor Ty and Aaron. They did Moment of Loudness between the third and fourth quarter.
The lights.
The cell phone lights, all that stuff was just incredible. It was extremely emotional. Before the game, they did a 22-second moment of silence. And it was one of the coolest things I've ever been a part of because the entire place was just dead quiet. It was incredible, except for 3 or 4 or 5 jackasses who took it upon themselves to yell things out in the moment of silence. You can't be quiet and respectful
for 22
for
seconds.
22 seconds of your life. You have to think it's funny. I don't care what you're yelling. I don't care if you're yelling, "We love you." I don't care if you're yelling, "Go Utes." I don't care what. Be respectful, damn it, for 22 seconds. And then you can yell whatever you want. But that really upset me. It took me a couple minutes to kind of get over it emotionally. It was like, have some respect for these guys and these teammates and have a moment of silence and not make it about yourself. You jackasses.
They get the award. Yeah, I thought that was a really neat moment. It was so quiet, 50,000, 50+ thousand fans, and it was, except for the jackasses, but it was neat. What was it like on the field down with?
It was cool, quiet, and then, I mean, this is the first time I've been part of the Moment of Loudness in between third and fourth quarter. I recorded the whole thing. It was awesome.
Yeah.
Like, it's
That's
a
neat.
different feeling. I remember the first time they did it, just literally listening to it on their Instagram, Utah Football, that they posted, how freaking loud it was, and being down on the field, it's unreal. It's different. I loved it. It's recorded.
I do
great.
feel like, I mean, we've talked about how the team, you can see that family. It's a different feel this year. Don't you all? It feels like we're all part of this big Utah football family right
Seriously.
now.
The
It really
team
does.
And the fans, it's like one big group now.
Yes.
It's weird. It's
and
great.
it's amazing. And it's the stuff on social and it's the stuff in game. And I mean, like I said, when they played between the third and fourth and the Moment of Loudness, I mean, I was crying and I liked how they're showing the crowd after they're showing the muss, and Avery, president of the muss, you can tell that she had been crying, and it's just so emotional. We're all a part of this. And yeah, in the moment of silence, I think the people yelling, they think, because some of them were yelling, Aaron's name, but it's like, it's so quiet
Doesn't justify
that it pierced through it, and it dulled the moment. So sorry, but you get the award.
Good job. You made it about yourself. Bravo.
And therefore you're a
That way,
jackass.
you're a jackass.
There you go.
So
All right. Well, any good to have you, Bird.
always.
Are you back? Are you coming through here? by
Not the
end?
rest of the year.
the
I'll see you
year?
guys at U of
No,
A,
but
though.
yeah, we're going to Arizona.
That's true.
I got you guys tickets. Don't worry about it.
Sweet. Any other
Can
final
we get on the
thoughts?
field?
Yeah, sideline
Get us on the
passes.
field.
Honestly, even home game, it was hard for me to get on the
to
field.
be fair, I think
because they said NCAA and conference
Oh,
rules or
whatever.
Yes. Honestly, I just walked down on the field and didn't say
Whatever.
I even had it after I came out of halftime. One of the security guys came. He's like, "Oh, the cops are asking if you have a pass." I'm like, I didn't see him walk back to any cops, but I'm like, I was like, no, not on me. I'm a former player, so
Yeah.
to be fair, you getting us tickets to Arizona is like there's like 1,300 people that go to those games.
I know, so I want
Saving
sideline.
So I want good seats.
you can easily move down because it's empty.
That's also true. You could get me a seat in the last row. I'll walk down.
You know, the front row.
I hated playing at U of A because all of them just get trashed. So literally, you come out at halftime and you're like,
Where's
"Are
everybody?
we still playing the game?"
But he's gone.
Everybody is gone, and it was like a 2:00 kick. So it's come out at halftime. You're like, "Where is everybody?" They'd rather go party.
Funny.
Well, we'll still be there.
I'll be there.
So
My
your
Mountain
ticket
Dew.
might be like $5 worth of ticket, but
That's true. I'll take it.
Sounds like my basketball high school team, where
Back
they're
in-
all
that was back in
plastered
the day.
before we even played the game. I am not kidding.
But that was your actual team. That wasn't the fans.
No, this was the team. Out smoking and
Oh, geez.
toking,
Yeah,
taking down the whiskey, and then they go play ball.
Maybe Arizona's doing that too because they're not very
They're
good.
terrible.
This
Oh, well,
Yeah,
we were bad.
they haven't been good for so
yeah.
long.
All right, well,
Hey,
I do want to bring up one thing. If you
Don't
guys
do
heard this,
What?
LSU and Orgeron
Orgeron, he's
are
gone.
parting ways at the end of the season.
Nene.
Confirmed. Eddie O going to USC.
Yes, well,
It's not
confirmed.
confirmed.
No, confirmed. I confirmed it.
You
My
think
source.
that guy's going to?
I'm confirming
I
it
was
right now.
thinking if that was
They
going to be the
can have
case
him.
for the fact that they passed on him last time, so it'd be like,
Yeah, but why would he do? Why would he go back to that though?
That's what I'm saying. They passed on him.
Yeah. So why would he be like, okay, now I'll
Nope.
come back to you?
My sources have confirmed.
Oh, sure.
Himself.
Yeah.
Would the dancing Kalani want to go?
Okay, move along. Move along. They don't. Why?
He's not there yet.
Okay, don't get me started. Push the
Okay.
button. Push the button.
But
We
Utes.
made it so far.
But I was just wondering if you know, what you thought about that. If you
I
heard
thought
that.
they were
Orgeron-
idiots for firing the guy. They just won the national championship 2 years ago.
They just beat Florida.
I don't really. That doesn't. For some reason, that doesn't
Scare you?
scare me as much as some other coaches.
Well, he hasn't been very good with
No,
LSU.
they won the national
They won
championship.
the national championship and had the best team in maybe college football history 2 years ago.
Oh, okay.
So,
Other than that,
Other than that, it doesn't scare
that's what's
me.
crazy is they can just fire somebody to get rid of somebody so quick. I'm like, you just won a national championship and made you a ton
Okay,
of money
but
for the school.
also Alabama loses one game and their fans are calling for him to get fired. Like fans are stupid.
some are.
Hence why we get called stupid.
Are you
or
surprised?
fire
that-
Whittingham.
Yeah.
we could go off on that.
Jackasses.
They're jackass too. We'll give
Yeah.
them an award. All right, here we go. Case Scott, take us out.
Yeah,
Cheers.
ready?
He's hurt.
Let's get it. I'm telling you why. You can see in their eyes, and boys ain't playing, they ready to ride. Shaking the tunnel, just screaming and yell. If you ain't ready, you get eaten alive. Taking the field with loads of passion. Swagging out with the flyest fashion. Cameras out and they steady flashing. Captains out, we about to get it cracking. Full of crashing in between those lines. You boys, we about to ride. We a band of brothers and we stick together like an army mission when it's wartime. We stacking them W's, pay attention. Opponents coming with apprehension. We stay on top of our division. Went from BCS buses to playoff contenders. We on the rise up. Now the boys mad. We have to tighten them boys up. We here for the crown. Utes. We on the rise up. Now the boys mad. We have to tighten them boys up. We here for the crown.
Later.
Utes, let's do it.
Watch this block.